So you're going, are you going?
Well, let me look into it, I'm not
I
sure.
have 12 people signed up with me right now.
How many?
Dang.
12.
Any other
12?
commission members? No,
Joe?
Any what
Okay.
members?
commission
I
members.
am.
Yeah, I have you down.
Oh.
You? No? You going to
I
Missouri
haven't
Beach?
decided.
Okay. You could go if you wanted to, we have budget.
I'll learn about that, yes.
Okay.
Do I have to come up for the whole thing?
You can
Chat with me after.
come to the nightly parties.
That's the best
Okay.
part.
It's 6 o'clock, should we go for it?
The awards thing is Thursday night.
It is?
Yeah, 6 to 10 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll do a
We-
call to
we-
order,
Doug.
roll
We
call.
didn't submit for any awards though.
Okay.
Roll call. Bridget Kelch,
Here.
Joe McGowan,
Here.
Brian Bogue,
Here.
Rick Hop,
Here.
Deanna Fitzgerald, Andrew Clary, Tim Pepsel, oh, I apologize, he's not on here anymore. Tyler King,
Here.
Chad Briggs,
Here.
Mark Hydrich, Sarah Skeen.
Here.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I just make a note that Marlon Heidman is here?
Oh, I'm sorry, Marlon.
It's all right.
Marlon Heidman.
Here.
Didn't
Thank you for
update
joining
my
us.
notes.
Marlon, I think you know everyone.
I do.
Okay.
I don't know if they know me, but I know who they are.
Uh-oh.
She did look at you.
I'm looking all the way there. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
We're excited to have you.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so we have to approve 2 sets of minutes from April and May. Can we do that in one motion? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve April 14th and May 12th minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, and so moving on to new business. So we did this via email, so we just need to, okay. All right, so I will entertain a motion for 206 Jefferson Street for the signage.
Motion to approve the signage at 206 Jefferson Street
And issue the certificate,
and issue the
is that right?
certificate.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, you're
that's
just accepting
technically,
minutes
yes.
as amendments, 'cause
Yeah.
you guys already approved it.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, and a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So Marlon, if it's just a sign, we'll do it via email. But if it's anything else, we try to
Okay.
have them come in person. So you'll be getting those emails. They come kind of randomly, so it's not,
Yeah, sometimes you get a whole lot. It's just when the business turns over in downtown.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
You have to get a new sign review. They don't like it, but it has to be done.
all right, old business. I don't know anything on potential grants right now. Anything that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I don't have any that pertain to us. And I would almost question the availability of grants right now with the changes. But our SHPO's they sent out that email that they've been affected, but it doesn't seem like they're not going to be able to replace Ethan, who left us for Kansas City. They said that hopefully within the month, we should hear who his replacement will be.
Okay.
So we won't be left hanging there.
All right. Education and conferences, I know we were talking a little bit earlier that Missouri Main Street Conference is July 22nd through the 24th in St. Charles, nice and close. Even if you can attend for a day, that would count as your training. So we do, as a reminder, Marlon, we do have to do 1 training a year. We haven't been awesome about that, but this is a new year and we are gonna be on all cylinders. So, probably Tyler and I are done for the year already, but we'll be getting more. I don't know if anybody else.
I don't even count.
I know, but
But yeah, you're right.
yeah, we're gonna count you. You did the training, so we're gonna
Yes.
count you. So if you do, Marlon, like if that's something that you would want to attend, you know, sometimes we ride together, and there is, I think we have some budget.
I'm going.
Yep. Yeah, paid for it last year. Carolyn and I went,
Yeah.
so
I'll definitely consider that, yeah.
I can send you the information if you want me to.
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Email me? Okay.
So yeah, for sure Tyler, Joe, and I are going.
Okay. Great. No, that sounds interesting.
Send it to me again, will you?
Got it.
He doesn't want to be left out.
All right. And so moving on to the next one is curb appeal. I actually have one to turn in. I'm just waiting on the signature from the property owner. I gave a preliminary application that I filled out. It's on, is it 529 East Fifth? Is that what I put on there?
Sorry.
That's not right.
Yes, 529.
529 East Fifth. I talked about it previously. It's at Hafner Wealth Management. Kind of,
Good
they've done a
choice.
lot of work in the little red brick building.
You know,
right
that
Yeah.
was, my husband's grandfather and grandmother's home.
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really happy to see,
They did a great job.
they did
Yeah.
a beautiful
It's
job,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, so I just need some, like, a list of what they did and the year it was, I could look up the year, but I thought if he just knows it,
That's great.
yeah.
Who was the original owner? What was their names?
Well, Heidman, they bought it back in the, I guess in the forties.
So it was built in the 1800s.
Yeah, so
Okay.
not original, but they
Oh.
were there from the early forties, I think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, maybe from the thirties.
And so when I get back the list from him about what they've done to it, and then I'll just do a really quick last little jot. I'll go through the city directories and kind of write down, you know, what was it as far back as I can tell, like what are the businesses there, so we can have that on record. And then I was gonna do a creating new history application, but we talked about that, and the app, that's the only application not on the website. But we think it wasn't actually made into like a Word doc or anything, it was an ad, she
I
thought.
wanted to say, I thought it was an ad in the newspaper.
So if anybody has a copy of that, or if we have a copy of the ad somewhere,
through
I can
Jill's.
recreate it.
I'll go through Jill's old notes and see if I can find it in there.
I'm happy to retype it up, so that way, and I was just gonna do the new building at East Main and Jefferson. And I know right now, I mean, most of the time, most of this creating new history has been Andy, but other people have plans, and so, you know, we will eventually hopefully get to award it to another person in the future. So, and then I did fill out, a historic landmark designation. It's not 100% complete, but it's about 95% complete. But I wanted you to see, so this took me, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half at the Historical Society on Saturday. I went in and I looked in the usual places where I know to look up research. And this is something that board would like, and that is to put the AME Church on the historic landmark designation. And so I have about 4 or 5 more that I want to do, and I thought if anyone was willing, I for sure go in there at least one Saturday a month, if not 2. If any, I can tell you the next time I'm going, and if anybody wants to join me, and then you too can learn the usual places to look to get the information that it takes to fill these out. I want to say, we went over that list. I think all of downtown's buildings that they own are already listed, and the Oddfellows gazebo is listed, but none of the city-owned buildings are listed. So those were on my list of Waterworks, the 2 train depots, the auditorium, City Hall, Co-Miller. So if someone would want to help me, I'm happy to work on them, but if someone else wants to learn how that works, so we can get some more applications in for this, we could do that together. A couple of things I have to learn how to look up, but Jamie's gonna show me how to look up the parcel identification number and the size of the lot. Those were things I couldn't come up with.
This is just for City of Washington, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep.
And if you need help on parcel numbers, I know she can get, I can get it.
I just wanna learn where I can go look them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and she thought that same place would tell you the size of the lot.
Yeah, if it doesn't on our website, I know we can do it through on our end, on GIS.
Mm-hmm. And I have access to tax records. I can
Yeah,
look
it's
into.
not,
Okay.
yeah, tax records are probably the best way to
And
get
the
that.
other thing that I didn't have access to that I need to figure out was a map showing the property or boundary.
GIS would
Yeah.
probably be your best bet for that.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can definitely
Same
draw
place.
out that. That won't be hard. But you'd have to hurry up and get that submission in because you only have a week left with me.
Oh, Okay.
Well, she could still look at the GIS information though. 'cause
Drawing the
that'll
map,
pull-
so that would, and fall on Charles, and I'm not sure he'd make that a priority. So-
Gotcha. Well, I actually gave her a copy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have given you one.
Okay.
Will you guys pass that? Whoops, pass that down. So it didn't have an architect or a builder. It's pretty simple form, you know, it's just asking, I think it's so funny that we ask for the city, state, county, and zip. That kind of cracks me up because these are all gonna be in the city of Washington, so that was funny. And then, yeah, this one happened to already be it's a contributing building to the Locust Street District, so that was really nice because a lot of the information was already done. So I was wondering, like, you know, what would be something that could scare someone away? But maybe we could even say, you know, maybe we could even put, we can write up instructions. The best place to look for this is click this website or go to this place. Maybe I can,
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a cookie cutter of some of the other AME churches that were built in our area. I'm pretty sure it is. And
the only other one I know of is New Haven's, and it's a frame building.
no, I'm talking about the city of St. Louis.
Oh.
And there, and I'll look into that because
Okay.
I remember seeing that someplace.
Okay. I was really interested. This is not our first AME church, the very first AME church. It says when you first read about it that it was at the corner or in an alleyway near Fifth and High. And then when I actually pulled out the maps, it's not. It's on the corner of William and James Street, which I guess was an alley at some point. And they originally bought the land from Elijah McClain. At one point, I definitely wanted to like do something about the public and just show the public how much land Elijah McClain owned, because it'll boggle your mind that the back corner of his property, one of the back corners is the Presbyterian Cemetery on Pottery Road. That was one of his corner boundaries, is what's the Presbyterian Cemetery now.
crazy.
It's crazy. And that, you know, all the streets in that area are named after his sons are William and James.
Yeah.
His in-laws were the Staffords,
Yeah.
you know.
Edith, Esther.
Or the Shoe Factory
Yeah, the Shoe
wives.
Factory,
Yeah, but
Bridget, remind me, when we do this, is this just more of like an award, like a designation, or is there some type of restrictions on there too?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I would need to reread the code, but this would take a vote by council to be
For demolition,
demolished.
that's what I thought, okay.
So it's just an extra step. It's not saying that the council wouldn't say, yeah, go ahead, tear it down.
Okay, but at
But
least
it's,
It has that designation.
it has an extra step
Yep.
that, hopefully we don't ever want to tear these down,
Right.
but if the property owner is willing to put that, extra rule
Right.
on the property, then I think that's great.
Thank you.
So hopefully the city is all excited about putting that rule upon themselves for their properties too. But, I like it. Okay, good. Well, I'm willing to fill out the forms, and I do plan on regularly having something on this, you know, if not from me, then from you guys. We can kind of more regularly have these and approve and kind of have a plan on how many. I'd like us to set goals, like we'd like to give out so many amount of curb appeal awards, because it would also help us budget. Not that some of these cost us money, because they don't, and you can't really, you know, have an award for creating new history, because how often does someone build a new building? But for the landmarks that we know, I mean, I had just 5 that I quickly thought of. There's probably others.
Does the Preservation Commission vote on this? I can't remember. Or does that get voted on by city council?
You know, I think it's both.
Okay.
But I need to read the
Yeah.
code again.
I was just curious. I didn't
and
know.
how we set that
It's
up.
been a long time since you did the other one, so.
It has been, yeah. And maybe it is just the commission, but I kind of figure if it includes the council, they probably
I'm pretty
should
sure
have to
it goes
vote.
to council.
I think it does, because we're just a recommending body.
Doesn't it also go to planning and zone? Or am I thinking of a different one? I thought
You
that
might be
this
right.
one kinda
It's
hit
been a long
every
time
department.
since
I
we-
know, it's been a while. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Just so we kind of know what we're getting into, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of what the steps.
Yep.
She might be right, because it could go from us to P and Z to council. So, and they may prefer, like, if we don't onesie twosie it, maybe we say, we're gonna get
So many.
so many done and then send them up. It would give us a deadline, and we need deadlines.
Yes.
So, but I did want to show you that, yeah, I took an hour and a half and I was able to find, now granted, this was a really well-researched building before. Some of them but I think all the ones that we think would be a landmark would be pretty well researched already because, but some private ownership ones that I would like to see, you know, designated as a local landmark would be, like the Foss House down at Lafayette in front. That's one of our oldest buildings. The Washington House, you know, where Phil Leathers is. I'd like to get like kind of the top 10 oldest buildings downtown for sure, on the list. But these are, and I can write this out so that we say these great ideas in the meeting and then
Yeah.
they don't go
Gotta have a
anywhere
list.
sometimes.
So I just verified, because I put the code in your binders. So it does
Oh.
go from the Historic Preservation Commission to Planning and Zoning and then to council.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank
Do
you,
you
Sarah.
think they would prefer if we worked up a group, or do you think they would prefer one by one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think to streamline it, to do them, yeah.
That's how it was on the last three. They did them all
But-
at the same time.
It just depends how long does it take to go through that process. I've never been through that process, but if it's a long
If
process
I
for each
recall,
one.
everybody was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah,
it
if it's just something like, okay, sounds good,
I think
then,
most of the process was you doing this.
Yes.
yeah.
And it was just to put it before the other boards.
Yeah. And then as each of us, you know, if we can, each of us go through this process, we could be like, you know, we really should change this.
Format, yeah.
We should ask this question, not this question, like, you know, yeah. So I need to make that list about instructions, because I think that would be great too, because then I would remember always where to get the parcel number and the square.
And if you have a list of
Yeah.
properties that you do have in mind, I think that would be helpful for the group too. That way we all can maybe work towards that together.
Yeah.
So it doesn't all fall on you to fill everything out.
Yeah, and so I'm happy to, you know, put this out there. I think we've talked before about having a Google Drive maybe of where we can kind of keep this stuff. And I don't know if that's okay for me just to create and put the who's ever in your position and Jamie and whoever else
Yeah.
wants to be in there.
I mean, it's your commission. I don't know if there's any city
The city
reason
has teams.
not to have that. Do
I
they?
mean, I
yeah,
have
but
Teams
do they
to
have
work,
access
but
to
if someone
Teams?
like, if Marlon is just a regular person, can she access Teams?
I'm not sure, but does everyone here have a city email?
No.
Okay, I'll have to check with IT on that and find out.
Oh, and maybe if we just all have dummy emails that,
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
yeah.
just
I
to
know
make-
last year we had trouble with at least one member accessing Teams. It was a bit of a struggle.
I think Tim Frankenberg wanted us to use it for a while, and then we got SmartGov, so I haven't used it since.
Yeah.
But
I like Teams. We use it at work. It's nice because it's consolidated and you can go
Mhm.
right there in all the documents. I prefer it over a Google Drive, but I didn't know if everyone would be able to equally access it.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Okay. I'm gonna skip and go down to historic district signage because I wanted to, I kind of went around and figured out what was signed and what wasn't signed, and there's actually quite a bit left to do. I think we thought we were kind of, oh, we're probably done. We're not. Where's my list here?
Are you talking about the downtown plaques on buildings?
Yeah, there's a lot more to do. I mean, there's probably at least 30 that we could do. We're not gonna do that many in a year, but I thought maybe like 5 might be a nice goal for this next budget year. And then I need to do some research and price a plaque these days, because I have no idea. So this would roll into us putting in a budget request for conferences, if we're gonna do the plaques, ordering the curb appeal signs, our membership to,
NAPC?
yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about the curb appeal signs? I mean, we're real close. I sent these out last month, and I just wanted clarification. I know obviously we're going to have the logo on there, but there's different coloring, different font styles. For the most part, everything else like border and the laurels are all the same, but I kind of wanted to get a vote maybe to pick just one color, one type of font style, and then I can send that to Eileen and have her put the mock-up so I can get that to Andrew, because he was working with River City Signs to get a quote.
Oh, I think this one's the easiest to read of the cursive fonts. maybe?
Yeah, the first one with the white background, or do we want like the beige background?
I don't know, what do you guys think?
Well, I think that if we look at the signage that's been done recently, since Wayne came on board with our parks, like, they're all black and white for the most part. So I would say stay with black and white, like that one you pointed out, you know.
The white and with just the black
Yeah,
printing instead of the
going with-
reverse?
Instead of with the tan, you know, just not introduce just another color in.
And then, so if we stick to that, do you like the dark back and the white print, or the dark print and the white back?
I like both of them.
How big is this thing gonna be?
So, I think we were saying 2 by 3. I think that was the measurement that I, sent to Andrew to start with. And it would be landscape like, or not landscape, but portrait like this, obviously.
I feel like you can read the black,
That
the
does
white on
pop
black
out.
better from a
Adding the
distance.
city logo to whatever you do is beneficial. The only
Yeah.
city logo is only on.
So
on the
I
lot.
think, do we agree we like the fonts and the logo of the first design? And then, but maybe we like the black, like reverse it?
You do a black background?
I like the black background.
I agree.
And I think we could, it'd be kind of cool if we could set a goal that we want to do, like, this year is quickly running away from us. Do
Yep.
we want to try and do 5 this year and then set a goal for 26, and then we can order 25 and 26 signs?
Yeah, and my question is, are we ordering, because I think we had discussed having signs that they keep, but then it came back that I think Andrew had said that he was gonna just have a permanent sign that we take back every time and we just switch it out. So I
He
wasn't
should come to
sure.
a commission meeting,
Yeah,
because the commission
that'd be
said, let them keep it.
Yeah, okay, so if that's what the commission would like, I
Unless you
agree.
guys have changed your mind.
I think it would be kind of neat to
Yeah,
offer that, like a certificate, but it's in your yard for however long you want to put it there.
I do too. And I think we've proven that we probably should not hold on to a sign.
Carolyn
Or
proved it
anything
for
else.
us, right?
That also means we don't have to go pick it up.
Right.
And
Exactly. You bring
And
it
it's
to
kind of their
them.
piece, like they got
take the
that. And I like the
picture.
date, because that helps them remember, oh, that was that year.
Yeah.
We did talk about not dating them, but
Are you worried about having multiple signs out if people don't take them out of their yards?
I don't think so. Are
You
we
mean putting
worried?
it in their own yard?
I like it.
Snagging and sticking it in their yard?
Yeah, if you're giving it to them, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
I-
thought.
Like
I just
you-
think of like yard of the month, they have one rotating sign that they take around, but then they have to pick it up and take it to the
Yeah.
next person, so.
I would think that a sign like that in the yard would give other residents an incentive to, you know, try to reach that goal.
Well, if
and
Marlon
especially-
got it, I can get it.
Especially if it's there for a while, you know, so you're gonna see it quite often, and
Yeah.
yeah, it just gives a little boost to making people, try to achieve something like that, an award.
Andrew had a nice list, if I remember, it was like 7 to 10 people, or was it less?
I only saw 3, and one of the addresses I couldn't find.
Okay.
And he didn't clarify, so,
So what if we say, do you think that 5 is a fair number for this year? A little
you mean to
push
award
goal?
like 5
Yeah.
a year type of thing, or
Do
Yeah.
one a month? Is that what you're
would
thinking?
be like it every other month, skipping?
Well, and then a lot of time, the activity that we want to see is not going to happen in the winter.
Yeah.
So it's really going to happen probably April through, October. So that's 8 months. So 5, one every other,
think that's
4 or 5. Should we say 4?
Yeah.
And then
I think so. I think that's a good happy medium.
a good happy medium. So should we order 4 for, let's say 2025, and 4 that say 2026?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll keep everyone's feet to the fire too, like, okay, we've got these
We
signs.
paid for these
Who's gonna be the
signs.
keeper
We
of
better
the
get 'em in
sign?
somebody's yard.
I mean, hopefully they can stay here, and then if we need help going and putting them out, but I don't think they should go home with one of us, because we've proven that's not good either.
So, since we're talking about that, I also put the application, so this is currently online, but I know we discussed changing some things, but I don't have anything definitive change, so if we have anything that we say.
edited the PDF myself.
Oh, you have already
Yeah,
done
and
it?
I'll send it to you. I'll probably just retype it because there's some weirdness in it.
Yeah.
But I did this one that you all have, that I gave you all a copy of. Yeah, did I give you one? Okay. I did change it to your address and your phone number, Jamie.
I think you did.
Sure.
So,
Here, pass that down.
so you're gonna send this to me so I can update the website? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
We're not doing it right here, right now? 'Cause we're all good.
We're all good.
I just wanna make sure that's pushed out before I leave too.
Oh, it is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it today, so I can just send it right
Okay.
over. I
Perfect.
took off, all of downtown's information was on there, so I switched it. So yeah, so these one in your books, we'll toss those, cause they're the outdated one. I changed it to the 50 years that we talked about instead of the 40 as well. Budget report, I wanna work on the budget, but I need to talk with Jamie and Sarah and get some historic data of how much, we're currently getting, how much we've gotten in the past, and then, price out, plaques. Do you think 5 is a good number for the, bronze plaques for the historic buildings?
I mean, I have no reference for how
I think
much
that's
they
what
would
we did in the
cost.
past.
Yeah, we did 5 or 6.
But you do have a $2,000 budget when budget time rolls over. If you feel like you need more, it used to be 4,500, and historically, there wasn't any
Spending.
spending, and so when I asked, what are we doing with this money? Obviously, that set up a red flag. Okay, you don't need that money if you're not doing anything with it. I know, I'm sorry, but I was asking questions.
No, it's okay.
And so, but I said in the meeting, okay, I'll agree to roll it back, but if we find things to spend money on, do we get to roll it back up? And I got a yes, but that was not in writing, but I will hold them to it. So if we find things that we need to do, like more plaques, then I agree that we would,
How, so this current money is good through September 30th,
correct,
and do you know how much is left?
about $1,400.
All right, so $1,400.
But now you have
So we're gonna order the
conference.
10. Right, and that'll be a nice chunk.
Yeah,
the
it will be.
conference,
I
if you
used-
wanna attend that, because by the time you get your hotel and your conference paid for.
Oh, it's an overnight thing.
Yes.
You don't
You don't
have
have
to.
to.
We find it is
You're
fun.
driving back?
You are? That's not how we roll.
Yeah.
Maybe not the last night. We'll see.
Yeah.
I got kids.
That'll take a little bit of a chunk, but, you can turn in mileage, too, for your drive. So we'll kind of guesstimate that up. And then obviously, we're gonna order these signs.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a priority, and then your training conference. So then looking at what you have left, maybe buy the plaques the next fiscal year.
Yeah.
We talk about those signs as well for marking the various districts, which would be nice to start on that next year if we do
Yeah,
that.
I have a goal, 7
Yeah.
goals.
And again, we need quotes, we need something to go off of. So,
Okay.
Speaking of those signs, I'm working within my design committee to talk about partnering with this commission on projects like that. So I actually have that on the agenda to talk about tomorrow, Wednesday, about signage and whatnot. So if that's something that we could partner with the design committee through downtown Washington as well as the commission, because I want to work on education, tools and things like that. That could be something we could work on as far as physical projects go.
Cool. Okay. Okay. So I am gonna be at the museum, in July on the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th. If any of those dates work for you, maybe not the 5th, because I think all you'll be doing fun things, but if any of those dates work for you, I'm happy to show you how to research over there and how to find things. So you just have to let me know. Definitely let me know, because sometimes I'll change it up and go different times. So let me know when you can go. So what I commit to in the next 30 days is to getting these lists. I'll talk with Andrew about the curb appeal. I'll give you what I think we could still plaque, buildings to plaque. landmarks to mark and R1 creating history. I'll make those lists. And then I'll definitely make those in the next 30 days. And then by end of summer, I think I could come up with, and a budget. And the end of summer, I'll come with the instructions and the fillable forms. So, and anyone is welcome to take any of this if they'd like to do it with me. Or if you want to do it and then you just need nudges, I'm all about it too.
Holding hands.
Because I need nudges too. I have really good intentions and then life gets busy. So. Okay, where are we at? So we talked about historic dish. I think that'd be great. That'd be nice to have a partner figuring that out because we kind of filled our plate a little bit.
Right.
I have a question. Previously, we had a subcommittee on making historic preservation code changes. Just a reminder that Sarah is leaving soon, and I don't know when we'll have another city planner, so I don't know if you want to put that on hold until we get someone else.
What we decided at that subcommittee, it was what we shared with you, that we want to take the next we said 18 months and focus on
18 months,
education, which we haven't done yet, which we're going to do, because Tyler's going to help on that. And so, yeah, so we weren't going to make any immediate changes to the code.
And then also with her leaving, just a reminder to everybody, if you think of anything that's gonna be on the agenda or that's on it, and you're gonna have code questions, try to let me know before the meeting, so I can ask appropriate staff and get the answers that you need, cause I'm probably just gonna say. No. It's just so I can be
What
prepared
is
for
the
you.
timeline? Are you guys interviewing yet, or?
The city
Planner.
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be a while, we gotta do parks first.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's been applicants, so.
You
it's-
have it listed?
Yes, it's listed.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That was a lot to roll out there. Anything else that someone wants to talk about? Do you want to hear my list of buildings I think we should plaque
Yes,
first?
love to hear it.
Okay. We have not plaqued Elijah McLean's house, which I think we should. We have not plaqued Lucinda Owens. We haven't done the Franz Schwarzer house, but that one, like, I'd almost want to have that up at the street level because you'd have to walk down a private drive to get there, and I don't think she'd be all about that.
Do you remember really quick, Bridget, when you guys did this years ago, did you stick to the historic districts? Did you just pick and choose?
We initially went by street, like we did
Yeah.
Front Street, Main Street,
Okay,
and then we kind of quit when we
got so far?
got to Second, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think there's none on Third.
Yeah, and there's not, like, the post office isn't plaqued.
Right.
And some of the stuff I was like surprised, because I even wrote a big question mark in the corner, like, Drogies isn't plaqued.
Right.
Well, don't forget, we had problems from a number of property owners getting their permission.
Okay.
And so
Oh,
we bumped a lot of them.
Gotcha,
okay, now I remember
And
why
I
we didn't
think
do Drogies.
Drogies was one.
I
yeah.
gotcha. I was
They
just
didn't
curious how
like,
you kind of picked and choose, or if you stuck to the district or
Yeah,
what you were
and that's a
thinking.
different owner.
Sure.
The previous owners, we had to set what we wanted it to say.
Right.
Because we were trying not to tie it to,
The current business?
yes.
Right, makes sense.
And so that was kind of, and we always, and the other thing too is we kind of got the blessing of the Historical Society on the, just to double check our work. But, so that, and then, the other one,
So
the
here's your
Stephen Jones
plaques.
house. I'm sorry?
Here's your plaques, if you're going down memory lane.
I tried to find this, is this on the Historic Preservation page? I
It-
found the map showing the districts, but I didn't find this link.
It's in the mapping portal, and it's,
Can that link be put on Historic Preservation's page?
it should be, I'm surprised it's not.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I didn't think I saw it there.
I'll go there and check real quick.
I couldn't find Historic Preservation either. I had to just Google it.
It's
under-
in building. It's under building.
I tried to get it as a separate, but they did not wanna do that
They
upstairs.
did not want to do it.
They wanna keep it under building.
That's fine, I found it. But like, was I wrong? Is the link?
Oh, we have a static map.
Yeah, that's what I could find, but I couldn't find that other cool
Yeah,
map.
so the mapping portal, like I go go back to that.
I can see if Eileen can add it.
Or just change the link, maybe.
Yeah, so if you just go to mapping
Or you
portal.
could even leave that other one, because it's nice too, and put that on.
Yeah, if somebody
Um,
wants to print one up, you know, that's easy to print out.
And then the fourth one, was the Stephen M. Jones House, which is on Jefferson. And the Godfried Byers House is not plaqued.
It is.
Oh, it's not listed. I will say our list is funny. You can definitely tell that it was written in the early, like, 2010s, because it's all these businesses that no longer exist. Like, you know, it's like, it's the Ratatic Dentist Office, and you're like, no, okay. So, can I get this? Is this a Word doc? It's a PDF, I think.
I think it was a Word doc. It was one of Jill's.
Could you send it to me and I'll update it?
Yeah, this map is great, Sarah. Thank you for doing this.
Which one were you looking for?
Well, he said it is plaqued, which I would have thought we would have done that,
It
because
is.
we would have said yes.
It's on there.
Yeah. International Shoe Factory is not plaqued. So some of the more outlying, we could try again with Drogies, like I said. So, but that's just 5, but there are so many more. I couldn't find that Auto and Company was plaqued.
I don't think that one is.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
there's, I mean, I have lists.
Ryan, you and I went around.
I would say, I don't remember
Yeah.
putting one up, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys put them up.
Yeah. You're right, I don't think.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I
I'm
bet
just,
Mike would want one on there, though.
who's the new owner?
Mike Lapardis, him and his family.
Okay. But yeah, so I'll make up that list and then maybe say, we should do these in 25 or 26 at this point, probably. So I'll kind of come up with that, from my list here that I looked at.
I still have the drill bit, so we're good.
Okay.
I'm glad you do.
Well, I know where it is.
Okay. Well, I would just like to say, Sarah, thank you for sticking with us and breathing new life into us. And I'm sad for us, but I'm really excited for New Haven. So,
It's all you now.
Huh?
Is Rick the keeper of the binders now?
So, somebody's gonna be the keeper of the binders, and it's not gonna be Jamie.
I wish I had time to be keeper of the binders, but I just don't. All the development in town starts in
Yeah.
this department. It's so
But she
weird.
will hole
crazy.
punch everything for you.
Yeah, I'll get all
So
of
that
the
it's
minutes
an easy
and the
transition.
whole punch printed. If there's something that you want printed for everybody's binders, just let me know and I could get them printed out and ready to go.
Yeah, so I've been adding a few things. I don't know if you take a peek through your binders, but it seems like every month, oh, the Code of Ethics is in there now. And I updated the commission list, member list, and just anything that you come across that you think might benefit anybody, and you want to put that in the binder. That's what it's for. You can refer back to it.
do they stay in here? Like, are they just in a cabinet?
No, they just sit in that box and I take it back to my office.
Okay.
I did look in the cabinets, but there really isn't a lot of room in these cabinets, so that one's a stretch. I don't know. There's another place for them, but we can keep them in the box. We'll figure it out.
Okay. All right, anything else, to bring before the commission?
I move we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. What is next month? It's after the holiday, right? Yeah.
July.
July 14th.
You know, I do have one question. If you look at the list of